Finally learn what the $30 mystery set is, the Bad Batch official set images are revealed, and we dive into a serious debacle in the LEGO reselling community. All that and more on the Republic Stud Show. What is up, Stud Squad? It is I, Republic Studs, back at another episode of the Republic Stud Show, the best performing series on my channel, and the best name in LEGO Star Wars news. Probably, I don't know, I'm making that up, but I'm gonna go with it because I like the sound of it. So yeah, before we dive into this episode, I just want to remind you all, I just set up my merch store. We have brand new stuff on there. We have the Clone Traders merch. We even have the Stud Squad merch. You get a gunship, you get Cody, you get Jedi Bob, you get a File First Trooper. It's really cool. You can get all the fun things with that, and I can't wait to see it. And if you want to see yourself featured on the Republic Stud Show, just share it with me once of you wearing your merch, and yeah, that's basically all you have to do to get on. So first off, big news story. We have loads of new information on all the sets coming out this summer. M&R Productions released a video with some revised information, mainly on, you know, different stuff. And we have some big information on the Advent calendar, surprisingly. So with the Advent calendar, this actually proves my theory true. So, for those of you who haven't been following the channel, if you haven't, which you should subscribe and press the subscribe button because only 30% of you are subscribed, so the rest of you should subscribe. For those of you who have been following the channel, you know I've been developing this theory that the Advent calendars have been basically a fortune cookie for what future sets will be. And they will pretty much exactly have what sets have come out in the past 2 years before they came out and predicted what has come after them. And I predict that this is the exact same situation with this new Advent calendar, which is supposed to be almost solely Mandalorian based. I mean, to prove my point, for example, you have this Advent calendar. So in this, we got the Millennium Falcon, which came out in 2019. We got the A-Wing, which was the UCS set in 2020. We got Luke's Homestead, which came out this year. We got Darth Vader's Castle, which came out a few years before. You got the X-Wing, which came out this year. And you even have the Razor Crest, which came out back in 2020. And to prove it even further, you even have the Tauntaun build, which came out this year. Now, I am going to list to you what is supposed to happen in this 75307, the Advent calendar for 2021. $39.99. And it's supposed to come with at least 6 figures. So first off, the figures, we're getting a Stormtrooper, which is presumably the new variation. A Scout Trooper, which is very nice, by the way. A Tuscan Raider. An IG-11. The Mandalorian Holiday variant, which I've been calling. I'll show a picture of it. Me and my friend Jakey actually worked on this for a holiday CMF. Might have to bring that back. And a Grogu Holiday variant. So we're going to get a Baby Yoda Santa. I assume it's going to be red on his torso or whatever. Or his little build. So here are the mini builds. We're getting a Razor Crest, which is given. We got one last year. I assume we'll get one this year, obviously. Cobb Vanth Speeder. So we could be seeing that as a set. So there's like a hint to 2022. A TIE Fighter, which could be, you know, based off the new TIE Fighter. It could be a Mandalorian TIE Fighter. I don't know. An X-Wing. Again, we got an X-Wing this year, and we could be getting another one. I don't know. Blue Land Speeder, which my guess is that's a replica of the 501st Trooper Land Speeder. Tuscan Ballista, which is that thing right here. An E-Web Blaster, which I wouldn't be shocked if that came in the Imperial Troop Transport. And we're also getting an Imperial Troop Transport build and a weapon stand. And my guess is we're also going to get a Battle Droid, because we always get a Battle Droid in these series. So we've gotten half the sets on this list, and we could be getting half more. So that'll play into probably my 2022 predictions video, which will probably go out sometime this month. Next up, we have some small news on the Imperial Star Destroyer promo, which is supposed to come with one officer. This is supposed to come out as a Black Friday promo, presumably with the UCS AT-AT, the largest LEGO set ever. That thing's going to be friggin' massive. But I'm very excited to see it. I'm not going to buy it. And then we also have some small information on the Gideon Cruiser. We know that it will have small TIE Fighters to launch, which is pretty neat. And now it is time to talk about the mystery $30 set. And we now know for a fact that it is the Mandalorian Forge. Now, this is supposed to come with the Armorer, which is the Lady Mandalorian from The Mandalorian Season 1. The Mando, obviously, Din Djarin, and it supposedly will come with his Beskar jetpack, which would be pretty cool. And finally, we are getting Paz Vizsla. Now, for those of you who've seen the Bad Batch pictures, you know that Wrecker comes with this special armor. I forgot who it was, but someone brought up that you have that armor will likely be on Paz Vizsla, which should be really, really neat. I'm very excited to see. But yeah, Paz Vizsla should be very cool. I'm sure he's going to have a big jetpack build, and Paz should be fantastic. And we're also getting Brickhead's Jar Jar, supposedly. And now let's get into the big thing that happened this week, the Bad Batch pictures. So we've gotten official pictures of the Bad Batch, and I'm going to ask you all to check out my other official picture dropping video. I have that out. That is pretty much a good analyzation of this. But in short, I do want to say it's fantastic that LEGO is basically making 5 individual clone troopers. And they all have their own unique prints and molds and whatever, and it's honestly just fantastic. I'm very happy where LEGO Star Wars is going with this. This wave is going to be awesome this summer. And also, in other news, LEGO has begun production on all of the summer 2021 sets today. All of them today, May 6th, 2021, so whenever this uploads, that's when it starts, which is very neat, and that means that we're going to be getting leaks very soon of all of these figures in hand. We're going to get to see all these figures. I'm excited for the leaks of Bo-Katan and Gar Saxon. That should be sick. Now let's talk about the little bit of the debacle going on right now. So what's going on now is basically what was going on with the Wall Street's bets thing and how they broke Robin Hood and all the stuff that went on back in February. That's where it starts. And basically a bunch of these young investors decided, hey, let's just go screw with the system. And that's essentially what happened. I think Ben Shapiro, I'll leave a link to his video, he has a very good explanation of what went down. And it was funny, but it wasn't exactly moral. You know, it was like, it kind of destroyed the social fabric of Wall Street. So, some geniuses decided, you know, let's just bring that over to LEGO. And I have some moral problems with this. It's kind of funny still, but let me explain the movement. So there's essentially this to the moon movement where you send the prices of figures values way up above what they probably should be. So for instance, you'll take figures like Grand Admiral Thrawn or Bail Organa, or you'll take even like say Snoke, and you'll just jack up the price on them. You'll buy up all the cheap ones, pretty much all of them, and then just raise the price, and everyone kind of comes together and like collectively raises the price to like $20, and then everyone goes and buys them really expensively. And this caused a huge controversy, especially in the Instagram community. So I'm going to get into my thoughts on this in a second, but here, so I want to read you this post. And there's some truths and some falses, like, it's kind of a weird situation. I fall somewhere in the middle of this. So this is by The Empire on Instagram. Secrets of the content creators. Ooh, scary. What is this? Over the past couple of months, there has been an influx of shady behavior in the LEGO community. To many, it has no longer become a hobby, but a way to make quick money. Today I plan on showing you what's really going on and how you can help. To the moon, a popular trend since GameStop's incident in March, which I talked about earlier. So many popular LEGO social media personalities have joined the trend. Their strategy is to buy a figure and sell it at a low price, and then persuade followers to buy it or sell it for a greater value. So for instance, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Bail Organa, Zuckuss, Princess Leia from Bespin, those all just shot up in price from like $30 to $50 to $90. You know, it's kind of crazy. And they essentially say these LEGO social media accounts go and buy these figures on Bricklink for cheap, and then overnight they all come together in this like shady, dark, smoke-lit room and decide, okay, what are we going to sell it for? We're going to scam the LEGO consumers. I don't think it's that in-depth. People aren't that smart. And that's a general rule to things. Everything is stupidity. I have multiple opinions on this. So first off, if you want to make actual money, why don't you go to Wall Street or somewhere where you'd actually get a decent return on investment? I don't know. If you want to make serious quick cash, go put it in Bitcoin for 3 days, see what happens. You're probably going to make more money than trying to sell, I don't know, what is this, $15 extra? You're getting maybe $10, $15 extra, and then after processing and shipping and paying for shipping when you're buying these figures, it's not that big of a profit margin. So honestly, what are you doing with LEGO? It's kind of dumb. Second hand, I think people complaining about it just brings more light to the problem, and people are like, oh crap, I should get on this train. Because it's like, oh, look at all this money, I can go get in. And then it's like, yeah, I'll go invest in my own figures. And then they're going to get screwed because the price is eventually going to go back down. I don't think on most of these figures it's going to stay like this forever. So you're just influencing more people to want to get involved. They're like, oh, people hate people, I like being contrarian, or whatever. And, you know, I think the problem I have with it is, you know, with Wall Street bets and all that whole situation, at least you were, like, targeting a specific group of people that everyone collectively doesn't like. I'm not 100% sure why, but I know everyone doesn't like the hedge funds. With this, who are you targeting? It's not like people are motivated to, you know, not like LEGO buyers. It's like these people just want to buy Lego minifigures. So this one kind of has a kind of cynical motive, and I don't even think the people who are doing it exactly realize it. And again, I'm not going to attribute it to malice. I attribute it more to stupidity. And, you know, some people do it, like, with genuine intentions. I think someone like M&R Productions, who went and bought a few Grand Admiral Thrawns because he thinks he's going to go up in value. I think that's fine. I think, you know, intentionally, you know, trying to jack up the price or whatever, I think buying them all up is a bit much. But honestly, I don't care. It's a free market. End of story. It's still funny nonetheless. So my advice is to anyone watching who's involved in this situation, just don't buy them. Like, if you're really that concerned, don't buy them. If you really think if people are going to go out and spend money on them, fine. But if you really don't want this to continue, just don't buy them. Like, it's that simple. It's really not that hard. It's not that hard. You guys can just wait it out, give it 2 months, they'll get bored of it, and then it'll come back. They'll probably go back down in value. It's really not that big of a deal. But that's my personal take on it. You guys can honestly do whatever you want, because it's a free market. And this is how it works. So if you can't deal with it, suck it up.
Okay, so before we actually get into the end, Lego, actually, there has been some of these leaks of these Somerset figures. We have a picture of the new Mustard Trooper and the new Grief Karga. Now, the Mustard Trooper looks really cool. He's the Stormtrooper, but with the yellow coating and a little pauldron, which looks sick. And then we also have Grief Karga, which is beautifully detailed. I love this thing. It's so much better than the Razor Crest Grief Karga. Okay, so that is it. Let's get back into the video.
And that about breaks it up for this news video. I also want to ask you all, if you're still watching, to tell me your favorite Lego Star Wars set ever, because I just want to, you know, see that people are watching this long. Also, check out my Lug Stud Lug. We have awesome mocks. We just uploaded some new mocks on there, and we are trying to get it desperately to 1,000 followers or subscribers. It would be much appreciated if you guys could help us out, and thank you very much. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe, because only like 70% of you aren't subscribed. You gotta do it. You gotta help me out. We're so close to 15,000, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, remember to click on all these videos so that way you could help me out some more and watch some entertaining content. I'll see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.